Welcome everybody to the first ever Leslie Ray's Scrappy gig. My name is Leslie Ray and this is my Scrappy show. I have another show that is on the second and fourth Fridays of the month at the same time that's dedicated to crafting, just different types of crafting. Do lots of paper crafts, jewelry crafts, crochet, fiber arts, different things. Probably this year we'll do some sewing, felting, more jewelry making, more paper crafting, gifting, that kind of fun stuff. Lots of upcycled things during that show also. And this show, this is part of a challenge to myself. I'm trying to make myself accountable for one of my goals this year, which is to do more scrapbooking. I used to scrapbook tons and tons and tons. This book is just one of several scrapbooks that I have. And about a year and a half ago, I did a mammoth scrapbook for my son for his graduation from Cub Scouts over to Boy Scouts, and still don't have all the pictures scrapbooked from that. But I mean, it was a giant scrapbook as it was, and I will continue adding stuff in. But I did that, and I kind of like went, and that was all she wrote for a while. And I did a scrapbook page, I guess, back in May, and that was the only page I scrapbooked all year long. And I was looking at that, and I thought, you know, my son is 11, but as Amanda would say in scrapbook ages, he's like not even 1. So, and the only page I have ever scrapbooked of my daughter was the page I did that night in May. So I need to get moving on this. You know, my son is, his scouting career, he's already gone up 3 ranks. He's on his 4th rank, and he'll be an Eagle before we know it. Hopefully not this year. Hopefully not next year. Hopefully I have time, you know, to get in there. But he'll be moving along soon, and then Sam, and all the fun that she's been having, and I have some really funny pictures of her. And so my goal to myself this year was to challenge myself to do 4 layouts a month, basically a layout a month. So by the end of the year, I should have at least 48 to 52 layouts, correct? That would be good, right? The hitch is I have to do 2 layouts for each child a month. So there's got to be 2 of the girl and 2 of the boy. So that would be, yeah, that would be awesome if I can get that accomplished. Right now, we're in the 3rd week of January, and I have done this many. So tonight we're going to catch up, right? I will be holding myself accountable also by issuing a challenge. And I hope more than just myself play along with this one. I know Amanda has said out loud she was going to play along. Let me post up my slide. It's Leslie Ray's Scrappy Challenge. Yes, that's why I'm putting this out here. If I don't put this out here, then everybody else will not know that y'all need to say, hey, Leslie Ray, how many pages do you have done today? So, it's Leslie Ray's Scrappy Challenge. I'm going to be putting that up on my... Whoops, sorry, technical difficulties. I'm going to be putting that up on my blog this weekend. The challenge is that you make a page, or 2 pages, or 5 pages, however many pages you are comfortable with. I will be making 4 pages, or 4 layouts. And a layout can be a single page, or it can be 2 pages, or it can be 4 pages. However many. I don't know if I have in this scrapbook. No, I don't have in this scrapbook pages that were 4. But in another scrapbook I have, there were some that open up, and so there were pages on the front, pages on the back, and pages in the middle, and that was 6 whole pages. No, not 4 a week, Mom. 4 a month. 2 of Sam, 2 of Will. That is my goal. So, And I will have a link up where you can put your link where you've added. And I promise to go by and say, oh, yay, thank you for joining my challenge. So I'm going to put that up, and it's going to start, it'll go between shows. So technically it starts tonight, so you'll see it in the morning. But it'll go from this show to next show. And think what I'm going to do, I will be ancient when I get caught up. In theory, this will get me triggered to doing more than just 2. And in fact, one of my shows, probably March or April, will be speed scrapping and how to get that accomplished. And hopefully I can get a whole bunch done then. That would be cool, because I've done speed scrapping. I'm good at speed scrapping. So each week we'll do a little. And by the end of the year, hopefully, if you've played along, you'll have some pages completed. Hopefully I'll have my daughter's pages started, and her book looking healthier, and have my son older than a year in scrapbook age. One of the things I learned that freed me up a lot when I was scrapping, at first I thought I had to scrap chronologically, that it was against the grain not to, and sometimes I just don't want to scrap when my child was asleep and looking so cute, because he hadn't been that cute lately, or whatever, and he's done something different that really excites me, and I really want to get it down. So I want to scrap what moves me, what makes me happy, and some of the fun things that have been happening in our lives this last couple of weeks is what I want to scrap tonight. One is, actually these 2 shots say it all. One is my son with his camera. He participated in the 4-H youth fair and put some art in, and some photography in, and some food in. And so I want to scrapbook him taking pictures with me, because we had a fun day that day. And then this Fancy Pants came to us and said, I don't want to be a ticketeer anymore, Mom. I don't want to. And I said, okay. And she said, I just don't want to. I don't want to be a ticketeer. I want a lunchbox. And she had taken her lunch all year. And so Bill and I had found a lunchbox for her on sale before Christmas, and we purchased it. And this was the first day she was not a ticketeer. So that's what I'm bringing. Hi, everybody. There's lots of people in the room that I didn't say hi to earlier. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Joy and Fab, Bev. Everybody. There's lots. Wow. I said hi to Raven. Said hi to Care. Leanne. Hi, Leanne. Vicky. Raven. Fab. Molly. Goldfishes. Goldfishes, I don't know you, but hi. And Bev and Amanda and Mommy. What is a ticketeer? I think mouseketeer. Only a ticketeer is a person that gets a lunch ticket at lunch instead of having a lunchbox or a sack lunch. And so she had been, the ticketeers all go up to the wall and pull their tickets out and get in line. And the lunchboxers get to stand on the carpet with their lunchbox. And it's all about where you stand, because it's kindergarten and it's, it's a status symbol to have a lunchbox, apparently. Welcome, Lucinda. This is the first Scrappy show. I've had a show since June called Leslie Ray's Crafty Gig. You're on Leslie Ray's Crafty Gig channel. And I have a show there that I look at all kinds of different kinds of crafts. In the past, I've done some altered things. I've done some Zentangling. I've done crocheting. Last week we did crocheting. So a bunch of different stuff. But this show will be every 3rd Friday, and it's dedicated specifically to scrapbooking, helping me get my scrapping mojo going and get some pages done. I've been scrapbooking for a long time. My mom and dad, a very long time ago, bought me a scrapbook from, where's it called? Hallmark. And that scrapbook, you know, you did the old kind of scrapbooking. You did putting letters from your pen pal in, or you put, I have ribbons from junior high in and all that kind of stuff. And it was, I think, about the time I went into junior high. And it was a different kind of scrapbooking then. And I've always loved taking pictures and keeping up with memories, mementos, and things. And I have boxes upon boxes of memorabilia. Some of the things I'm going to show you is how to cut holes later in the group, so that you can have shadow box type things in your scrapbook pages. How to get as many pictures on some things, because some of my pages I have scads and scads of pictures, and if I actually scrapbooked every single item, it would be unbelievable, you know, how many pages you'd have to have for full-size pictures of every single item. I hate to throw pictures away, but I do have to eventually cull some, and that's what I have learned to do. I used to shoot film, obviously old film. Now I shoot digital mainly. I still sometimes shoot film because I really like the richness of it. And that's where we go. I wanted to show you some funny stuff because everybody has to start somewhere. Everybody always assumes that you started, you know, in the style that you currently are in. And I so did not start in the style I was currently in. My first scrapbooking started when Will was about 6 months old. Is when I first started scrapbooking. And in fact, the only reason I would redo this page is because it's kind of yellowed on the side. But this is the first page out of Will's scrapbook. Isn't that fun? And what's neat is all of these stars, except for this one, were hand cut. And this was the little firecracker I drew and hand cut. And this is Will's first sonogram picture. And then as you look at his scrapbook, you start writing down, or you start seeing, oh look, she got more templates. She has a Christmas tree template. Or let's see. I have even more templates on those pages. Or, let's see if I can hold some up like this. Or, oh look, she got feet templates. And, oh, wait a minute. See, I went to the store and I bought pattern paper too. Or, let's see. Okay, remember when we did the serendipity squares on an odd show? Remember those, Dawn? Okay. The paper pads that we used were like from this company. So see, oh look, she got more scrapbook paper. And then, oh look, she got a star punch. Oh, let me fix the URLs, guys. I see you over there doing URLs. Hang on. And it's funny because, I mean, that's, wait for it. There's a place where, and I used to cut out a lot. Isn't that great? I love it. And I am never going to redo these. And the reason I'm never going to redo these is because this is my story too. This shows my evolution, right? So, look at this one. Isn't that great? That's like 3 pictures, and I cut it out around the paper. Oh, and dot lettering, yes, because lettering was cool. Or this one. I did a lot of collages on things. Stickers. Fun stuff. But, that was some of my favorite. And then some of these also have vintage stickers in them. See the little bunny? that bunny sticker. Let's see if I can read the bunny sticker was from 1987. I used to collect stickers, and so that bunny sticker was from back in 1987. But then, I was going to show you when I got, then, this is what's great. Then I joined a scrapbooking group, and they had a die cut machine. And so then you see a lot of die cut letters. That's what's a lot of fun. Look, we die cut everything at that point. And then, oh, see, you see the same toe template again? There's the toe template again. Remember that? Yeah, some Mrs. Grossman stickers. And then, all of a sudden, let's see where to go. Look, I got a new template. I got that neat splash template. Isn't that cool? And I got a new punch, too. I got a splash punch. And then, look, circles. This is when I got my CK cutting system. Isn't that funny? And then there's lots of circles in my scrapbook. And then when I first get, oh look, more circles. More circles and ovals. And then, you know, so you find out, and then here, this one is called New Toy, because Will got a new toy. But look, Mommy also got a new toy. She got a new star punch and balloon string stamp. So, I mean, this is what's so fun about scrapbooking, is going back and looking at things and seeing when you got your new tools. And I guess why I wanted to show you this is because I wanted to show you that you don't start here with something like this. Okay? You don't start there. You start where you start. And so let's start from the beginning of what is, in my estimation, important tools to have in a general scrapbook kit. Because really, my pages were different, but I didn't have to have all the tools. The tools are fun, don't get me wrong, and we'll be playing with lots of tools as we go along. But today, we're going to play with some pretty basic things. And so that's what I want you to think on. Think of what's a basic kit. And when we're doing classes and stuff, I always have a basic kit that I ask for my people to bring. And for me, what a basic kit involves is a variety of archivally safe pens. Microns are good. We don't even want to know what that was behind me. Microns are good. Other archivally safe pens might include Bic Markets, Zig pens, Millennium pens, all those kinds of things. The company Staedtler also makes a really good pen, and but Micron pens are awesome pens. Mom carries Zig Millenniums in the store, and those are a lot of fun. I use those in Zentangling all the time. Love them. A good pair of scissors, and this, my friends, is the last pair of scissors you will ever purchase. I love my Tim Holtz scissors. My husband loves these Tim Holtz scissors. My dad loves these Tim Holtz scissors. Amanda loves these Tim Holtz scissors. If you do not have a pair, you should try them. They're very nice. But a good pair of scissors is always important. A pencil and a ruler. This just happens to be my club scrap ruler, but a Tim Holtz ruler works really well. I'm not going to show you my partial Tim Holtz ruler, but I have another one. I just couldn't grab it. But a good ruler. And I like a clear ruler versus a metal ruler or a wood ruler. I like a clear ruler. The reason I like my Tim Holtz ruler the best is because it has a metal strip on it, which is really handy if you're using one of these. But this is kind of the bonus thing. I'll get back to that in a minute. I really love it because of that. And also the Tim Holtz ruler. Okay, I'll show you my partial one. The Tim Holtz ruler also has these little holes. And the holes allow you to do some fun little stitching with stuff. So this is where the metal would have gone. But see, this is my dead Tim Holtz ruler. But I still have it and use it a lot. But a clear one is really nice, especially when you're trying to make mats for pictures and that kind of stuff. So a nice clear ruler. A good tape runner. I like this one. My mom has a tape runner that she really likes. Actually, it's... Mom, what is the tape thingy you're using? It's not a tape runner. It's not sticky tape. This makes the tape... Let me see if I can get some off here. This makes those little pieces of tape. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Can you see? Does it make little pieces of tape like that, Mama? This one's scrapbook adhesives. Molly. Fab also likes sticky dots, in case anybody wanted to know that. And really, those are the basics. Maybe a good glue. My favorite, of course, is Beacon 3-in-1. But for what I'm going to do tonight, I really only need the tape runner. So I didn't even put that on my desk. So I have a pencil, a ruler, a cutter. Now, when I started, I had a Fisker cutter. It was an inexpensive cutter. It slid. It had the little orange thing, and you slide it, and it cut. I really enjoyed that. But my recommendation, if I were starting over with a kit, I would go ahead and get a guillotine cutter. This guillotine cutter is the one that's 9 inches, I believe, Mom. And this is awesome. This is great for cutting your pictures. This is great for cutting cardstock. It's just a really, really good one. Okay, Mom said it's the same tape, only it's in a refillable source. So it has the little, see the picture on here shows you what it has. It has those little tabbies, but it's the same source. And then, so those are my basic things I would get. Now, my bonus thing, I would get this. Because as you saw, I really like cutting around things. And sometimes when you're scrapbooking and you get a piece of paper, you don't want the whole pattern, but you really want some of the embellishment, or make your own embellishments or use part of something. I would get this. Care, that's a good question, because you know what? I don't scrapbook 12 by 12. So if you scrapbook 12 by 12, then by all means get a 12-inch cutter. But I scrapbook 8.5 by 11. Stampin' Up! May have one also. Tonic is the cutter I have. Yes, Tonic. Mom carries these in the store and can get all sizes. This is the 9-inch. This is awesome for card making. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But there's a 12-inch too. And my first 12-inch cutter I got when Will was like 2. It's finally dying. They just don't make them like they used to anymore. And so I'm hoping maybe for my birthday, Mommy will give me a cutter. Anyway, so wishful thinking, right? But I would recommend for cutting out stuff the Excel knife. This is not an X-Acto knife. This one's is by Excel. It's a double-honed blade. It's really nice. Super sharp. You can cut yourself with this. Those of you going to CHA, don't play at the Excel knife booth place. Just look. Don't touch. Okay? And just an easy little mat with grid on it or something. This is one my mom got me for this very thing at a train show. I've had tons of mats. I use mats all the time. Love mats. So those are the basics, guys. You know, a good pen, a ruler, scissors. Yes, it's a self-healing mat. A cutter, and paper. Also in the bonus, I would suggest a package of black paper and a package of white paper. And the reason I would suggest that is because a lot of people spend a lot of time worrying about the pictures matching the paper or the paper matching the pictures. And by that, I don't mean theme, but color. With black or white, you can put an edge around your picture. Visually, it just kind of goes across. Yes, I will publish a kit list when I'm done. And usually I try to get with my mom before this to do a kit list and how much it would possibly cost. And I did not, and I apologize for that. Let me just apologize now. But I will put together a list of my recommendations and what I enjoy. So, black paper, really, really love. White paper, really, really love. If you want something for a little more dimension, scrapbook adhesive foam squares. These are great. I like these. So, yes, craft is a beautiful color paper also. But for visual cutting, black or white. Mommy is teasing me about craft paper. Apparently, I have overused craft in my card making, and I was challenged to make 10 cards without craft, and I have accomplished that challenge. And what I get for that challenge is a really groovy pad of paper. And hopefully the ability to use craft occasionally again. So that's the goal anyway. So does anybody have any questions of what we're talking about? Yes, doing cross stitch for scrapbooks is easy. Scrapbooking, when I first started doing archival scrapbooking, it was about the year 2000, I suppose. Will was 6 months old, and it just started to, like, boom, big time boom. There were so many companies out there. Some of the companies are still in business. Things I'm thinking of are like Creative Memories. That's where I got my circle templates and my oval templates. You know, Stampin' Up, close to my heart, were big stamp companies. And so those were some of the places I got some of my first stamps that I ever used in scrapbooking. And then shortly after that, Cut and Paste Memories, which is still in business, yay, came along. And it became a phenomenon. One of the things I want to talk about one day is embellishments and all the different kinds. You would be astounded of all the different kinds of embellishments there are in the world. There's so many different things. As you saw when I first started, I started with white paper or white cardstock, and you know, it just grew from there. Still, even though I really like all the fun stuff, still my purpose of scrapbooking is getting my story down. And so I always do things that have handwritten journaling. I did a thing for a competition once that I had to have typed journaling, and it was the most stressful thing I ever did in my life. I like hand journaling. This is for my kids. This is for their kids. And so for them to see my handwriting is important. But, you know, I'm not going to take away from anybody that likes to type journaling. It's just how I feel about scrapbooking. In some ways, I'm a purist. In some ways, I'm very, very far out there. Currently, what I do a lot of is what they call hybrid scrapbooking, which means I use some digital things, and usually it's papers and that kind of stuff, and I mix them with physical pictures and that kind of thing. Tonight, what I want to show you is a quick and easy way to do some pages. The most quick and easy way to do pages is with a kit. There are some companies that put together kits, and if you're going to purchase a box kit, like a mail order kind of subscription kit, I would highly recommend you get something very unique. The most unique thing out there, and that's still out there, is Club Scrap. The reason why they are so unique is because they're the only company that makes their paper to match their stamps and their theme. All the other ones that I have come across, unless there's something really new out there on the market right this minute, all the other ones use other people's products. They might use basic gray paper with some things, or they might use Bo Bunny press paper with some things, or Maya Road paper with some things. Or Maya Road doesn't make paper yet, sorry. I'm thinking Prima paper with some stuff, which is handy in that if you really like that kit and you want to get some more of a specific paper, you could, or you could get some more of embellishments, you could. But Club Scrap is more elite in that they make stamps, they make templates, and they make the paper, and they make the paper very unique. You can't get it anywhere else but from Club Scrap. And so that's why I really like that company. I did subscribe to them for many, many years. I have quite the collection that I need to work through. And so when I finish working through that, I'll probably subscribe again, because there's so many beautiful papers that I just love, and their stamps are awesome. Some of the stamps I've used in the past that people comment, "Oh, that's a great stamp. Where'd you get that?" It's Club Scrap. So, and there's something kind of neat about using a limited edition stamp that, you know, it's just really cool. But tonight, we're going to use a more mass-produced thing. And y'all have heard me talk about basic gray, how I love, love, love basic gray. And I decided to go with the kit Sugar Rush for basic gray. Let's see. Sugar Rush. And if you're not familiar with basic gray, I shall familiarize you now. Basic gray started off just making a couple of kits. Motifica is still hands down my favorite kit ever made. But it comes like this. And you'll see that there are some patterned papers. And then there are some solids. Yes, I love basic gray. This kit is, some of their kits are single-sided. This one is single-sided. See the difference in the picture? You get a picture of a solid and a picture of a print. Okay. And then this one shows a picture of a solid, and then it has that little curve and shows you what's on the back. This one is double printed. So you have this paper, and then on the back of it you have this paper. And this is a fun kit because sometimes I may not like this one. Not sure I would use that paper, but this one with the dots. Oh yeah. If you know me, I'm about the dots. And I love this with the big sunflowers. I'll probably use this later in life. And the stripes. And this one with the floweries. Sugar Rush is just really pretty. And I love this one. And see, that one is pretty, but it's not as fun as this one for what I want to use it for. I like that this one has some stuff that looks really Zentangly. And I want to use that love because Sam loves her new lunchbox. Polka dots, more polka dots. And this one has fun flowers and stuff. And what makes Basic Gray unique is, can you see how the paper looks grunged up and scrunched up? Basic Gray is the company, yes. Yeah, that's why you need 2 packages of this one. And this one, this is a good paper to cut if you need, like, faux ribbon or strips and stuff. Sugar Rush is the name of the kit. These don't come in a pad, Dawn. They come, like, in a little bag, and they're all separate. And look at this red with dots. Oh! I begged Amanda for dots in her DigiShop, and she appeased me for now. Hopefully we'll get some more, like, gem colors and stuff. Leanne, ask any questions you want. This is kind of a basic, you know. And this is fun because this paper would do a ton of layouts. A ton of them. And see this page? But look, my friends, stripes. I love those stripes. And this is Wait a minute, we've seen some of these before. So you get 2. No, you don't. I lied. This one's darker. Oh, I know. I love the colorful stripes. You need 3. And then this, I love the plaid. But then look, see, this is a sheet that I'd be very conflicted about because there's dots. And then some paisleys. Look at that. You're a paperholic. You're in the right place, Raven. Hi, I'm Leslie Ray, and I hoard paper. No, I use paper. Okay, and then this is their cardstock stickers for letters, and you get 2 big giant alphabets. And honestly, I hardly ever use them. I might use some for a change. Originally, all of Basic Gray's stickers were the same, and they changed later in life. They became different. And then there's these. And you've got some strips here. Let's see, some strips here. These are all individual strips, so look, they're big stickers. And then you have some accessories. And then, if you really like this collection, sometimes they have matching fibers. Sometimes they have matching brads. Sometimes they have matching, what is it? Stamps, tags. I mean, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff that you can get to go with your collection of paper. And it's amazing. But these kits, this is like one that Mom sells in the store. And so this will tell you what all it has in it. Okay? Buttons. I mean, they've really blossomed out. They also have rub-ons that you can add in. All that kind of stuff. So what I want to start with is trimming my photos that I'm going to use. And also, I'm going to have to trim some paper because I do scrapbook in 8.5 by 11. But I get ahead of myself. I am going to trim my photos. But I want to talk to you about quick and easy pages. The easiest way, if you've never scrapbooked before. Ooh, yeah, they have fabric now too. I'm sorry. I digress. They have fabric now too. And it matches the paper. See, this is why I can't go to CHA. I would want to touch it all and take it all home with me. Okay, if you've never scrapbooked before and you haven't a clue where to start, after you get your kit and you know your basic toolkit of what you want, and then you start adding in your paper packs, the most simple way is to use what they call a page map or a or a sketch. Back when I started, and probably even before then, I can't remember how long Becky Higgins did this, but it was for years and years and years. Becky Higgins put out a book called Scrapbook Sketches. She used to do scrapbook sketches for CK Success and Creating Keepsakes magazine. And for CK Success? For Creating Keepsakes magazine, sorry, not CK Success. Because I'm confusing something there. For Creating Keepsakes. And she did it forever. Like until like 2007-ish, maybe. And you can nose around and look for her old sketches. Amazon.com has her old books. I know she put out at least 2 books of sketches. And they are phenomenal. If you've never had an idea in your own right, if you go and look at her sketches, you know, you can't go wrong. She has them sketched or set apart, like if you want to do a layout with 1 page or 2 pages, if you want to do 1 picture up to, you know, hundreds of pictures, well, not hundreds of pictures, dozens of pictures. It's very, very awesome the way they are done. I believe, I'm trying to think, who gives me, I get a weekly thing every week from this company, and now I can't, it's an online group, and now I can't, Split Coast Stampers, sorry, excuse me. Split Coast Stampers, I think, has an archive of her old stuff. I tried looking today on Creating Keepsakes blog to see if I could find some of their old Becky Higgins sketches, and I could not find them. But they still do sketches. So, let's see. And in fact, you can go there. You don't have to have a membership to the magazine. You can go there and find downloads like this of sketches. And they are heavy on 12 by 12 sketches. I won't lie. So if you do 12 by 12, you're in luck there. However, there are several companies that do sketches and page maps. And this is where I just popped in a Google search and asked it to search for page map or, you know, sketches. And they have tons and tons. This is just the image search from that. What's neat is some of these can really translate awesome into cards as well. It's a lot of fun. And also Scrapbooks, etc. has a lot of sketches, and those you can look at. Like if you wanted, since I do 8.5 by 11, I wanted to look up something like that to be able for y'all to see to work from. Another place, there is an online website called Pagemaps. And Pagemaps, if somebody could look that up for me, I forgot to get the link to that. Pagemaps also has tons of not just scrapbook pages, but also cards and just all kinds of neat little, you know, gift albums and different things like that. And Pagemaps has tons and tons and tons of sketches as well. They're a heavily sketched group of people. But those are the different types of sketches I like. I meant to take a photograph of this one of the sketches I wanted to work with. Hang on, let me see if I can grab it real quick. Night Fab. Thanks, Amanda. Let me grab this sketch real quick. I have to, excuse me. Sorry, guys. I have to print screen it. Just a second. Actually, you know what might be the easiest thing to do? I think I'm going to just print it for you guys. Hang on. Y'all keep looking at my picture of my sketch while I print this real quick for you. That way we can have it down in front of us while we look at it. And what I do is I go through, the sketches I'm using tonight are from the scrapbooks, etc. And I go through and I download to my computer the sketch so I can see it and have it in front of me to manipulate. And the two I'm using, we're not going to use all the elements in them, but we're going to use some of the ideas in them to kind of get an idea. Okay. I grabbed that real quick. I apologize for not having that downloaded already and put up where y'all can see it. Here, I'll come back on. Excuse me. Okay. So anyway, but like this is what one of the ones looks like from the scrapbooks, etc. place. And it's got a place here if you want to jot about it, you can. I got this one down because I thought we could do some fun stuff with the stickers there. And this one has several pictures. We may do something different than pictures there. This one looked kind of fun, but we'll decide between this one and this other one that's printing out. I think I like the other one printing out better. And I like the way these are put on like a piece of graph paper. If you wanted to come back later, this one even has holes in the side. Where's the side? So if you wanted to put it like in a notebook or something, you could keep up with them. I used to print the page maps out, and I don't do that anymore. I just try to download them to my computer, and I have a folder that I keep them in. And sometimes when I'm feeling like I don't know what I'm going to do, pull out a page map. It makes it so much easier and so much simpler to think about. So let's get scrapbooking, shall we? Okay, I'm going to put this down. And the first one I want to do is Sam's page. And I need a big picture of her. When I printed these straight out of my my program that does, it's the, the little program called Office Picture Manager. You can select how many you want to print and just print them. For this, I just printed them on the HP Everyday paper. If I was, and I'm fine with how they look, the print quality and stuff of them. They look fine to me. If I was doing something gifty, I might do something a little snazzier paper. Or if I was doing something to frame, I might do a little snazzier paper. But I think this will work perfect for what I want to do. And I'm going to cut this one out. This is Sam. First day back to school with her snazzy new lunchbox. We made sure that we had that ready to go for the first day of school back. Because she was not going to let us not take lunch that day. Okay. So here's my picture cut out. And because I'm doing 8.5 by 11, I need to trim my paper as well. And I'm going to build this on, let's see. on. I had a piece of paper that I liked in here, which is why I picked this pad. I like the red. And I like that love, but I also like this love. And there was a plaid in here that I liked. And this is another good thing about using a kit, is that you don't have to be afraid these papers don't go together, because they were pre-selected to go together. That's why they put them into this kit. Does anybody have any questions? I'm sorry, I'm playing with paper and I get stymied by that sometimes. What size is the picture? The picture is 5 by 7, approximately. When Mommy comes back, tell her it's 5 by 7. Oh, here it is. Now, see, that might not work like I want it to. We'll see. But I want to cut this down first. This is my base. And this is why, if you're doing with the smaller kit, or not kit, with the smaller cutter, that's why I have that, so that I can cut a smaller page. Okay? And in order to do this, I keep moving my stuff. I also need to measure. And this ruler only goes to 8 inches. Smile, everybody. It goes to 8 inches. Okay, 8.5. It's right here. The best way to measure 8.5 with an 8-inch ruler is to do 3.5 from the edge. That's how you do that, right? I know. The papers are amazing. I love these papers, Molly. Does anybody else here scrapbook that has a favorite kind of page kit? Now this is where I wished I would have grabbed, instead of grabbing my club scrap ruler, I wish I would have grabbed my my ruler that's a Tim Holtz ruler, because of 2 reasons. One, it's a solid 12 inches, but the other is because it has a metal edge, and so what I'm fixing to do would be easier done with a metal edge, but I'm going to do this and try not to shave off the side of my ruler. I may shave off the side of my ruler to get the glue off of it, though. Good grief. Die Cuts with a Kit page? Yes. Die Cuts with a View has some amazing paper stacks and stuff. And kits. Try this side. Maybe this side is not as gluey. There we go. That's the way it should cut. Fab would say he uses hot off the press papers if he were here. And that's why we don't freehand cut. Yeah. This was not one of my better cutting jobs. I apologize for that. There we go. Brenda Walton is good. There was a while ago that Dollar Tree used to carry scrapbook kits, and they were really pretty cool. I used to get them because, one, they were just $1, and so if I was doing like a card making class or something, and I needed some miscellaneous background papers, they were great. But they had a scouting one that was awesome. That was camping and scouting and outings and stuff. And it was great. Yes, Miss Elizabeth. Amanda, if I find some more of those pages, the scouting ones, I will send you a pair. Because I would go like every week and buy whatever they had. I'll have to, when I get to that box, I will. My dad, excuse me, my dad, to help me with my scrapping goal for Christmas, built me 2 racks for putting my paper in. And they're like 3 foot tall, a little taller than that, but they're the big square mesh racks, and he built those. And I've been slowly putting my stuff off into those. Okay, let's check our page map here. Okay, our page map calls for your 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It has an 11 by 1.5 inch strip and a 1/2 inch strip. Okay. So what I may do is put some of that there, and then for the 1 inch strip or a 1/2 inch strip, do a sticker. Do either that, or do either this or this sticker, maybe. This one or this one. Or I may even do the love, because after all, she does love it. So, I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this as well. Yes. There's another company, I believe it's K & Company, that has lots of scout papers. And I have, in fact, I just recently saw that kit. I have that kit. That's one of the kits that I needed to put up. Here it is. Here's the Cub Scout kit that K & Company had. And when I was working on Will's stuff, for whatever reason, I had some other, but I didn't have this one. And so I'll use that too, working on the rest of his Cub Scout stuff that I don't have. Hi guys, just coming in. I'm using a kit, a Sugar Rush kit from Basic Gray, and I'm also using a page template, a page sketch from Scrapbooks, etc. online to show some quick and easy ways to do some scrapbooking. So if you're just joining me, that, my friends, is what I am doing. I know it's Karen. That's my friend Karen. Yay, I'm so glad you could make it, Karen. And then, let's make sure. I might need to check the length on my paper. The one I did a while ago, I might need to take another ½ inch off of it because I forgot about the tab being on the paper. So this is my ½ inch strip. Yeah, I need to take another ½ inch off. I am doing a page layout. What are we confused about, Dawn? Thank you. I think she's a cutie too. My background paper is 8.5 by 11, but when I cut it the first time, I forgot the ½ inch strip along the bottom. So that's what I'm doing right now, is taking that off. Oh, no, no, no. I have a little girl and a little boy. I have one of each. Okay, I have a larger than average size boy, because he's not little, he just said. And a little girl. I had the costumes this year. You've seen a lot of different costumes. The costumes this year were the Wicked Witch and a flying monkey. Okay, so my page is 8.5 by 11. This is my strip that I cut, the 3.5 inch, or the 1.5 inch strip. So that's going to go there. And that's going to help where I had edge problems a while ago. And this is going to go here. And then I'm probably going to put visually, here, let's look. Visually, this sticker is a ½ inch, this dot with the hearts, whereas this sticker is an inch. This sticker is about a ½ inch, so I'm probably going to go with these dots here. Or maybe, no, I'm going to go with this red. I'm going to go with the red. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this off, and then I'm going to show you something, because our page kit, or our page map did not call to do this. This is a pain to pull off, guys. Okay, I accidentally broke that, but we'll fix it, and I'll show you how we can do that. Okay. Wait just a minute. I want something under this so that you can see it better. So let me find the page that was kind of pink. I could use my pink dots, but I'm not going to. Oh, well, that's very sweet of you to say that. I think that pink. I'm going to put the pink, and I'm going to put this down on top of it. See, it'll just set it off better. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my ½ inch out of this paper. And what's nice about using a ruler like this is instead of marking it again, I can just do this, but I have to turn it the other way because I'm right-handed, not left-handed. Okay, I'm still not going to be able to do this that way. Sorry, rode the short bus today. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm lining up my 1/2 inch ruler. See, that's 1/8 of an inch. That's a 1/2 inch. That's why this line through here is super handy, because I don't have to mark it. I can just do this. And I could have done that with some of the other cuts, but like I said, I wasn't thinking ahead today. Today's been kind of a spacey day. Anybody else having a spacey day? Or is that just me? And then I'm going to cut off the 1 inch because my page is 8.5 by 11, and so I need to cut this inch off over here. Alright, there we go. So now I can put this on here. And this is going to go off a little bit because, like I said, visually it's a little bit bigger than the size. And that's where I tore it. Let's stick it back together. I'm cutting, but the mat is... No, the mat's getting cut. There's cuts in the mat. But it's what they call self-healing. I was trying to see. If you look, there's a little bitty tiny edge right here, but it'll heal itself. It's called a self-healing mat. They're nice for doing this kind of project. This is just the one. It's cute and it's little and it fits on my desk pretty easy. This is the one that my mom got me at the train show, but lots of companies make them. I have a glass mat also, so when I'm doing stuff like cutting circles with the Martha Stewart circle cutter, that is perfect for that. And look, isn't this great? See, this normally would be thrown away, but because it was on the back of that solid, it's getting used. Love that. And that, my friends, is why I love basic gray. And that's just a perk. I know, and I love the pink. And that's so Sam, if you knew her. Okay, so I'm going to use my scissors to trim that little bit off. And I'm going to keep this little bit because I may want it down on my journal page when I do my journal part of this. Okay, so pull our layout back out. So I have this so far. Okay. How small scraps do people keep? I generally don't keep a whole bunch of scraps. Okay, and looking at my page map, I know these side pieces over here I want to put down. Now, something I want to add is right along here, I think, and if you disagree, feel free to shout out. I think visually, a little piece of black right there and maybe even visually right there would help this. And that's why I said have black or white also in your kit. And, you know, if I wanted to, I would go ahead and put it around her too. But I know I want to put a piece there. So I'm going to cut a real quick little strip right there. And so that I make it the right width that I want it about a smidge, that's the technical number. Let's try that again, Leslie Ray. Okay, it's 1.5 and a smidge. Well, I do use a trimmer, but I don't want to fight with my big trimmer. And part of this class is showing people that, you know, you can have some of the fewer tools. This is a 101, so people may not have a dozen sizes of trimmers or whatever, but, you know, an investment in a good clear ruler and an X-Acto knife works wonders. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my tape runner, because, Carla, I do have all the bells and whistles, and believe me, I will share all the bells and whistles with you as time rolls on. But some people just don't want to start with all the bells and whistles, and knowing some resources to do it is great. But yes, I'm very much a bell and whistle girl. I will be the first to tell you that. This is just this top page is just a little bit longer than a regular sheet of paper. Okay, so that'll go there and look fantastimist. And I'm gonna cut one more strip for right there, just because it just needs that little bit. Well, I'm glad I could provide y'all with this information, because, you know, and I wanted to show you that my scrapbook isn't all, you know, over the top. Many of the things that I created, especially when I was first starting, are very basic, but like I said, for me, the important part is telling the story. And it should focus on that. And this is also a way for me to get back to telling the story. Because, like I said, I took a little break, and now I'm back. And this is a great tape runner because it is exactly a little smidge, because, you know, smidges are technical width. It's a little bit smidge less than ½ an inch. So hopefully won't have too much run over. So, Carla, what I'm starting them out with is, you know, scissors, tape runner, pencil, a cutter if you want a cutter, and you'll see how instrumental the cutter is to my life, anyway. And then the name of the tape runner is the Scrapbook Adhesives Easy Runner. Mom carries those in the store, and I believe she said she started carrying the refillable ones as well. Okay. To trim off the side of some of these stickers on this side. So there we go. There's that. Put that one down. I love this tape runner. This is my favorite tape runner. I've used lots of them. The reason I prefer it, I used to use an ATG gun when I worked at the museum, and I don't care for how heavy they are and how sticky they are. But so that's gonna be awesome. I love it. And Sam will be so excited that now she has 2 scrapbook pages done. That's true. You don't have to start with an ATG gun. This is, like I said, this is a good tape runner. I really enjoy that tape runner. And I am going to go ahead and mat this, so it also has that little black edge. Because I like I said, visually, your mind, and also you see where you didn't trim close enough to your picture. Visually, your mind, whatever color paper you have, will stop at the black, and it will read it as a photo. It won't read it as, oh, that's that red doesn't match this red. It'll read it as, oh, okay, that's the edge of a photo. This is about the photo. It's not about the color of the paper. And that's why I do that. And as you see, I stopped and meticulously measured that knot. Visually. Okay, so here she is on this. And if we look at our page map, this also has a little strip here. And we're going to do that. That's what I want to put my title on. This one says it's 3 by 1. And it has title written here. So we might put title here. But I think I'm going to put my title on this strip, actually. And then this cute little shape. We don't have to do that shape. I have a cool die that makes that shape. But we're doing the low-key. So I'm going to make this just a square. And I'm going to mat it with black. And I'm probably going to use the pink. And do it. So, little square up here. And see, I'm not going to do that either, because I do have the punch that makes that. But, so technically, this we're taking out. I may make this a little bit bigger than 3 by 1. So that I can make it my title. And then I'm going to make this square. And it doesn't tell us how big the square is. We can see visually what they did with theirs. Let's see. See, they give you an example, too, of what they did. They did snow day. And so I may do lunch and then box. Is what I think I will do. And then here I will put my little thing. So, lunchbox. What do you do if you don't have a printer or whatever, we're going to use the stickers to do lunchbox. So before I get carried away making my smaller page, what I want to do is see how big my stickers are, which is a really cool way to use them. So glad I thought of it. Okay. Box. I can spell box. See, that is right at 1 inch. I'm looking at this letter over here. That is right at 1 inch. So if I did my square at 1 inch, that would be too small. So I'm going to do my square at 1.25 inches. And then my mat at 1.5 inches. Okay. So 1.25 inches by 3. And this is what happens, because visually I know it's going to be at least this big. So, and I could use the back side of one of those papers was that gray color that we're going to use for the whatchamacallits, the other letters. I'm going to use gray. But here's this one. And I may not mat it because I'm not going to mat the other letters. So I'm going to see. I want the word box. Now, here's another reason to have one of these handy dandy things. Or even to have one of these, okay, that has that little edge on it. Is I'm going to peel off my letters and put them here. And I'm going to use the little letters. So and the way I do this is I line them up on my ruler. See, I've used sticker letters, just not often. So, I love this cutter, Pam. It's a tonic. Okay, so here is lunch. Here's the word box. And my B looks like it's kind of leaning over, so I'm going to kind of straighten it up. Y'all see that? Okay. Now I want to center that kind of where I want it. And what I'm looking at is I've lined this up on the 1/8 inch mark. Let me zoom in for you so you can see better. So you can see what I am looking at. Okay, of course I have closed my zoomer thing. Okay, well, here, I'll pull it up so you can see. I've lined it up, and I'm lining the edge up where I want it on the paper. Can y'all see that? And that way I can figure out, okay, is this the center of the paper? Because I'm using 3 inches. And that's also when you would, if I was thinking, I would have lined it up over here on the 0. And I'll line it up on the 0 because the 0 starts here. I would have put my O here and then my letters on either side of it. Let's do that. Let me show you that real quick. Let's do this tip the right way. Okay. I'm lining these up on the 0. You see that? This ruler has, and the Tim Holtz ruler is designed the same way. It has a 0 here in the middle. Okay. So I'll line that up. There's the O. There's the O falling off the ruler. This is why I don't like stickers. Sometimes I feel compelled to add adhesive to them. I mean, I know once it hits the paper it's really going to stick, but... Okay, there we go. Now it's lined up on the O. Okay, you see? So when I put my paper here, and I know that it's going to be 1.5 on either side, because it's, you know, of what size paper it is, I can line it up under here and get it perfectly where I want it on the square. Okay? So I'm going to do that down here instead of just up in the air like that, because that gives me the opportunity to throw my piece of pink paper down on the floor. Oh, here we go. Okay. Turn this way so I have more room to work. Alright, so I know I want it to be about right here. And so to transfer it off, I press these down, pull my ruler out. And so that's low on there, but that's how I wanted it. Well, thank you, Pam. That's the easiest way to deal with those stinking stickers. I mean, those lovely stickers. Okay, now this one, here's my next tip. I want lunchbox to pop out. And I mean, it will pop okay on the red, but let's pull our paper back up here. If I make the letter like that, that might be okay, but if I make the letter, let's see if I can flip those without too much issue. With the shadow behind it instead of the pink behind it, it's just for visual effect. So then over here will be the word box. So I really like how that looks. Okay, so I'm going to make my lunch letters that way, and I'm going to put them also on my ruler, L-U-N-C-H. So N goes in the middle, and I am going to use the capitals of them. Not that capital. There's my other N. Oh. And keep in mind, if you're doing something like this, that if your shadow goes off down and to the right, that you make them all do that, or it's going to look weird. So says the lady who just did it backwards. Okay, here we go. So here's my N. Put my N on the 0. Okay. And I need a U. I know, right? Do them all. Do them all the same way. What do you mean? Jeez. I've got my L done. If I can pick it up off my page. There's the L. And then C. There's this one. There's this one. That's wonderful news, Pam. And then H is the last letter, finally. Yeah, this one's fun. They used to have only one type of font for all the basic gray letters. And then they started, after the first couple of releases, they started doing more variety. And they kind of go with the different themes better because of the variety. Sorry, I've stuck my H funny, and I'm trying to get it apart. So, nope, I'm still here, Dawn. Trying to watch how I stick my letters. Okay, there we go. Alright, so there's that. N, U. Okay. I don't like how lunch looks. So now, I don't have her stuck down yet. Let's stick her down before we get to... No, in fact, I took my nails off and I was going to try to paint them just before the show started, and I got down to it, and I wanted to make sure I was in the room a little early for the first show, and so I put makeup on, though. Nobody, because, my face is showing all this time while I'm doing this, so that's important, right? But no nails tonight. I mean, they're plain. They look a little kind of greenish because I had green on earlier because I was going to play with some dots, but I trashed it working on my project for tomorrow's thing. So I hadn't gotten back to playing with it yet. Okay, so they did snow all the way across. I'm going to do... I think I want lunch to be about right there, so let me put box down. I want box. I want box to line up. The picture showed it going over the edge a little. I want it lined up because that's just who I am. But I want this lunch to be about 1/4 of an inch above. No, about 1/8 of an inch above. I like that better. I like that better. So, I'll hold that down, pull that out. So, I like that. And then a trick to one of these, if you want to know how big across this is, because see, they didn't put measurements on this, you can measure this, and I'm just holding my finger there. And visually, this is 3 inches across. So that tells me this is going to be 3 by 3, because this was 3 inches across. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut myself a piece of the pink, 3 by 3, and I'm going to mat it with a little thin line, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my 3 1/4. That's where my journaling will go. And get my pink out. And I know cutting it with the scissors wastes just a little bit, but again, this is for the purpose of showing you, you know, minimal tools, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Then, because normally I would get my big cutter out and cut it and not waste these extra scraps here. Okay. So, now, they make on the market tons and tons and tons of journaling templates, as well as journaling stamps that you could do just a real simple little stamp right there. And they also do, you know, like if you wanted to print it, you would make a square 3 by 3 and put all your text in there and put it there. I am not, let me tell you why I'm not going to go ahead and stick it down. Because I have those layers, and writing on this, I would be going bumpy. But this is where I would want that. And apparently that little bitty piece that I said I want to keep that and maybe put on my journaling block, it's stuck somewhere. I'll find it in a little while, and I'd put it like here. But things that I'm not going to stick this down. I'm going to go ahead and journal it. I'm not going to journal it in front of you because I want to do the other layout real quick. But I would journal on here, and I would put, you know, who, you know, Sam wanted to be, you know, do a little story about the ticketeer, and then put the date. Now, if this was not big enough, if I needed more space to journal, I would glue along the edges and then have a pull-out where I could write front and back if my story goes longer. That is another reason why I don't want to glue it down, because I'll probably write off to the side everything I want to say about this, and if I don't have enough space, I can do the pull-out, okay? And I will show you how to do pull-outs another time. I'm just not going to do that today because we're not doing a kinetic scrapbook today. We're doing, you know, a layout. So, in my opinion, and correct me if you're wrong, except for the journaling, this page is done. And that was done using a page map. So, I like this page. This page makes me happy. That face makes me happy. So, I like this. Thank you. So, I'm going to put this page map here. And I will put, when I'm going to stay up tonight and do my journaling, and when I put up the links and the kit preferences and stuff, I will put on there that. Okay, my second picture, thank you, Leanne. My second picture that I want to work with is this series of pictures, okay? He was taking lots of pictures, and I took this picture of him, and then him in the trees, and this is my picture of berries. He took some pictures of berries. And let me see if I can find my other page layout thing. Here we go. I think I want to use this. And what I will do is crop on my berries, bring this down, and kind of crop in on him. This picture is actually like 3 by 5, maybe 3.5 by 5. And the picture size it's calling for is like 2 by 2 and 2 by 4. So if I crop in on him 2 inches, that would be about this big. But if I do it this way and do make that the 4-inch picture that they call for, I can do it like that. So things to think about. That's why I printed this. I probably, if I'd have been thinking, this was this month. This was like a couple weeks ago. He's 11. He's almost 12. Sorry, didn't see that. If I'd have been thinking, oh here, look, haha. My picture, my piece, I'm gonna stick it over here by my thing. Okay, I would have done one more size. The reason I did these sizes is because, see, I even printed these big. I wasn't sure if I wanted that one or the other one for his focus. But I really love this picture for his focus. So I will probably actually use this in a picture of, I have a seasons book that I want to do. So I'll probably use that in that, or just frame it because I love the picture of the berries. And that's why this is in here. I just picked 4 photos. And I probably would have, if I'd have been thinking, printed the next size that has like 9 up. This is just a real quick little program that does, you know, pictures very easily for me. So I'm going to start by just cutting this down a little bit. And see, I can save these and put in a little fun book for the grandkids, or for the grandparents. So, that is just, for the printing of the photos, is Microsoft Photo Manager. It's part of the Microsoft product. But that's not the only one that does that. That does like a 5 up or a 4 up or 9 up. There are other kinds of companies that do, or products that do that as well. Okay, this is what I'm looking at for my page. Okay, we've got some more of the striping because that's kind of fun, and we've got striping going this way, and we've got a really cool little border that might look fun with one of the sticker borders that I have. But this wants it to be 4 by 6. This picture is so not 4 by 6. And then a 2 by 4, a 2 by 2, and a 2 by 2. And so, mathematically, 2 plus 4 is 6. So, this has to be 4 by 2. So what I need to do is either trim this down even more or adjust my page map. And probably what I want to do is move some of this off and adjust my page map because I want to leave it 5 by 7. Okay, so that being said, this is going to be a different kind of visual image. Now, I only have 3 pictures that I'm working with, but there are 4 spaces that are calling for an image. One of these could be paper. Okay, so I'm leaving my 5 by 7. And right now I'm not cutting these because I'm not sure what I want to do. Okay. Now, I need a page background for that one. And he's really not a pink love kind of guy. I mean, he is, but he's, you know, he's used this kit for a more manly look. Where are my pictures? I want to save this for use because with it'll match the red berries, kind of. Maybe I like kind of the purplies. Maybe the green. You like the green, Molly? You like the blue-gray? I like the blue-gray too. I think the green is going to hinder the other part. I like the blue-gray. Alright, so back to the cutting board. Here we go. Because I'm going to think this time, because I know how y'all, you know, love it when I think. I need to remember that this is my long side of my paper. This is the actual 12-inch side. So I'm going to take an inch off this side first. Instead of even using my pencil, I'm going to just do it this way. And for those of you just joining me, the reason I'm not grabbing a big cutter to trim my paper down, so I do 8.5 by 11 scrapbooking, I am showing how to use just a basic kit. And so rather than all the bells and whistles being used, I'm using what I have on hand. So alright, so now this is 11, so I need this to be 8.5. And so this is really 12.5 at this point. So for it to be 8.5, I need to take 4 inches off. And I'll take it off this side. And this is a 2-inch ruler, so I can't do what I just did. I'm going to have to measure. Night, Pam. I'm glad you could make it. I'm recording. Unfortunately, it's still recording. Not unfortunately, but fortunately. Now, what I could do is if I had a 12 by 12 grid or an 8.5 by 11 grid mat underneath it, I could do my grid marking by putting my paper down this way and measuring over and knowing that I'm going to cut this line and it's going to line up here, if that makes any sense. That's normally what I would do on my large cutting mat, is use it that way. But since I'm using this on my smaller cutting mat, I'm going to draw a line. Okay. Molly's going to be right back. Molly, I'm going to keep doing this.
Ready.
And also a 12-inch ruler would avoid that connecting issue that I'm having right there. There we go. Good night, Leanne. I have this recorded, so, you know, feel free to finish watching, and I will look forward to seeing you at the next show. Okay, so there's my focal piece. Let me get my page map out again. This is going to be up towards the top. And I want to put him up here as well. I think an easy way to kind of see how you want to crop things sometimes is to take and put a piece of paper beside it on either side. I think that would be a pretty good crop of him. I don't cut off the whole, you know, part of it. And really, looking at this, I may put him down like that and put a piece of paper right here on this. Instead of having the short here and the tall here, I may switch these. So, you know, this I wanted to show you that the page map is a starting point. So, I kind of like that. Let's see about how wide that is. And that's about 2 1/4 inch wide. So, that's where I'm going to cut that. Right behind his head. Like that. And then 2 1/4 inches. Puts it right there. And I like that. And I'm making it 4 1/2 inches tall. So I have that like that. So here's those. Okay. Which I do like this down here. And I think what might be fun is to do, let's see, that's 2 1/4 inches. And to do that about the same. Do 2 1/4 by, I'm going to cut this a little bigger than 2 1/4 because I think it needs to be a little taller. Okay, so there's that going on. And then along the bottom, we'll have our berry picture. And the reason I chose the red is because of the berry picture. Before I cut, let me think about it. Before I cut it, I want to 2 1/2 or 2 1/4 would bring this in. Let's see if we want to focus on the berries. There's 1, 2 2 1/4 would bring it in about like that. And then probably let's see, let's put it on the bearings because I know that's 2 inches. So that would be 2 1/4 right there. And then if I trim off there, that would leave about that much showing down there. So let me pull that off. So kind of trimming that down to that. I didn't boot you, Raven. I don't know. I don't understand. Let's see. I like the tone of the berries. She had a focal point. Oh, not so. Okay, yeah. So I think I want kind of that direction there. Although if I move it down a little, I can get some of the green in. So I know I'm going to cut that off. Yeah, I like the leaves. Show more of what it is. Yeah, I agree. The leaves do show more of what it is. I think I'm going to cut the leaves about, because 2 1/4 is about right here. 2 1/2 is about right there. I think we need to go 2 1/2. 2 1/2. It's about right here. And then there. And there. So I have this, this, this. And then we have space here. Oh no, that's okay. I don't have a problem with you telling me what you think. I think out loud. And so, you know, that's cool. I'm cool with that. No worries there. And for my title on this one, I think I'm going to how much of this red do I have left? See, this is red from the other page. I may use the red down there. My page map that I'm using on this one is from Scrapbooks, etc. So and I'm going to make him 4 and a little over a half by 2 1/2. So let's see. So if I use this right here, and he loves red, so hopefully he would appreciate this being there. So I kind of like that. What do y'all think? Now, that's one idea. If you look at our page map, it has sticking it, let's look closer at the page map. It has sticking this whole shooting match on something. So, let me show you something. We can get different looks. We can, here, let me stick this on this real quick. Okay, have this built on this with the black, or that could very well be white, and then stick it on here. I think that just sets it off even more. So that is what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Now keep in mind, this page map we did a little different. And keep in mind, when you're putting this, don't do it backwards, okay? Did y'all see me almost totally do that backwards? Now, if you are not a good eyeballer, bring your ruler out and line things up with your ruler, okay? I'm not saying I'm an excellent eyeballer, but I'm cool with eyeballing this. Another thing is cut strips and use strips to build your strip with. So that you have, like, this is too wide, but you know, that you want this to be this wide apart. Something like that. I'll show that trick another day. There's so many things for me to show you. I appreciate those of you who are staying long with me. Because, like I said, scrapbooking, this is one of my favorite things to do. I enjoy it. It makes me happy. I love looking at the pictures of my family and remembering how fun things were. Or, you know, the day we were here, we needed another photo shoot. Will had tons of beautiful pictures of architecture, but that was not the theme of that day for the deal. You know, we had a theme that we needed to take care of, and so that was our assignment. Okay, I made that too long, and yes, I've already stuck stuff on it, but I'm gonna go over here and trim it. I think it needs to come off about that much, I think. Yep. And there we go. And so now I'm going to trim around that. You leaving me, Amanda? Good night. Have a great date night. And this I got to not long enough. So I'm going to come in here. I love this layout, guys, by the way. Thanks for talking me into this. Let's see. Okay, here we go. pretty. Okay, that's still too big on that side, but I didn't want to get too close to my pictures. I'm going to come back over here and trim it down just a smidge more. And whenever you buy an X-Acto knife like this or an Excel knife, make sure you buy extra blades so that when your blade dulls, you have one immediately, because that's the importance of making those work for you. Okay, since our picture went longer than this is where all the journaling was. So what I'm probably going to do instead is, let's get these stickers out, because these are some cool stickers that can go with this. This sticker, can you see when it cuts out, it makes that loopy? Put that there. But I need something to put this on that makes it where you can see the loopies, because that's the background page we used. This paper kit that I'm using here is called Sugar Rush, and Mom has that in the store. What I'm going to do is, and that's what I used on the other, was the same paper. I'm going to put a link to the 2 page maps I used and a picture of my layouts here. I'm going to include on that same post, of course, the playback to this, and then a list of what I feel is a very useful tool. The things I have, like a cutter, a ruler, your pencil, black pen, that kind of thing. And then you have that paper pack. See, you don't need to buy a kit. You have the paper pack. Well, see, now you should use it. I am looking, before I stick that down, I'm going to turn it upside down. I thought there was a cream in here. There's a green, there's stripes. Anybody remember seeing a cream? There's that. Still not very useful. There was a cream on there. There's a cream with milk yellow. That's not cream. Thanks, Molly. I eyeballed it. Does anybody remember seeing a cream? Did we have a cream? No, we had a pink. Don't want pink. I guess this was the closest to cream as we had. So if I put this on this side that's more creamy yellow, and then put that behind that. Yes? Be helpful if I stuck my sticker on straight, wouldn't it? Wow. It's a little better. Right. Stick the sticker on straight. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure along the dimples of the humpy bumps of the sticker and do it about 1/8 of a line over. There's the humpy bumps. There we go. So that's one side. And apparently the other side is a little bit closer to it, so I'm going to change that a little bit. Oh, that's what I'm going to use. I'm lining the line up with the line in the sticker. That's what I've decided to do. Take a little bit more off of that. It's very technical. It's very, very technical. The humpy bump theory or the line in the base of the circle theory, you know, provides a very different. And the reason I do that is not because I can't be bothered. It's because, you know, it just, if it looked super perfect, then, you know, it would really not reflect the person who created it. It would reflect, you know, a machine or some such as that. Whereas, you know, it's just like I said, why I'm not going to go back and redo those fun pages that were on white or with strange stuff, except for where that one yellowed. The reason I'm not going to do that is because, well, that's me. You know, that's who I was when I started that scrapbook, and that's part of the story. It's part of how we got where we are. So that's why I'm going to keep it the way it is, you know. So me is doing this scrapbook for the kid, and yeah, he gets me flaws and all. I want that to show just a smidge, and then this will go over it just a smidge, so you'll lose some of your humpy bumpies there. But that'll be there. I think that looks cool there, so I'm going to stick that down and then trim off the end there. See, if it was the girl, we'd have the flowers, you know. But since the boy only takes pictures of flowers, he doesn't prefer lots of flowers on his scrapbook. Although he would probably be happy with whatever his mommy made him. Thanks, Molly. I'm almost finished. I will post links and stuff. Be sure to check back in the morning on my blog, because the first thing on my blog will be the blog hop that I'm participating in, which is Glitter and Bling blog hop, and I'm very excited to be doing that. My project is very glittery, Molly, so let's see what's left of our dealie here. One more little stickery thing maybe down at the bottom there to kind of visually give that. So we lost our journal block, but my title, I think I'm going to put my title here and do my journaling down here. And so we'll do photo shoot for the title and put this sticker down across the bottom too. Okay. I am getting out a poker tool to do this part because the sticker, you can't see it, but the sticker has dots like here, and I'm going to poke them out. Actually, they look like little hearts. They're so cute. And if I did it here, it'll stick to my mat. Or not. Good grief. Those are very sturdy little suckers. And I like these that they're cardstock stickers because, I mean, yes, they're stickers, but they're not shiny like stickers. They don't have a sheen on them. And one day I'm going to show you what to do with the shiny stickers because I still have a bunch of them. And I want to show you some things that you can do with them to make them not so, well, I'm a shiny sticker, you know. Yes, the cardstock ones do look more natural. And these go so nicely with the paper because they're made of the same colors. And that's another reason I like basic gray is because it's so it's a nice thickness of stuff. Okay, this I wanted to go behind this, not in front of it. So before this gets too stuck down. Thanks, Mommy. Now, if I wanted to be super snooper, I could stick a ribbon through that if I wanted to. But, okay. So I'm going to cut that off on the edges there. There we go. So that is going down. That is going there. Okay. There we go. I need to stick another piece of tape under here since I grabbed that up, and there we go. That looks better. And that needs to be trimmed a little bit right there. There we go. Obviously, not putting flowers on the boys' layout. But I am going to get my stickers out. And I'm going to just use black lettering for this one. And I need my thing here. And if I have enough, I was going to do photo shoot, but I don't think I have enough O's. Thoughts on a title, Mom? A short one? Maybe take aim. Click, click. That sounds cute. I like that. Only digital camera doesn't go click, click. But we could just do click or focus. That one's about focus more than click. Night, Bev. Maybe just do focus across there. All lowercase. I think focus will look pretty. I do like click. But that camera doesn't go click. No, it doesn't. photo finish. Well, what do you want to call it, Will, since you have an opinion? You like focus? Photo finish. When I think of photo finish, Vicky, I think of like a race, and you have the end of the race where they're coming across the finish line. That's what I think of photo finish. Focus really describes him in these pictures because I had just told him how to make it do the macro on his camera, and he was really concentrating on that. And besides that, I don't know if y'all pick letters just because they really look cha-cha, but this F is quite fetching. So I like focus. Let me make sure my letters are set. O looked a little high. Okay. So, what do you think, guys? And then down in here, of course, probably what I will do here is, since this red is really dark, is get myself a piece of vellum to go over it to put the actual journaling on this page. And Mom carries vellum in the store. But I love. Now look, I have flowers I could stick on there. Wouldn't that be pretty? Probably doesn't want flowers though. You're okay with flowers?
Yeah. It's not like hold it down.
I will let Will. This will be for. I guess he could. Yeah, I would let him journal it himself. A lot of the pages in his Cub Scout one, especially like when we went to Lexington, I did not journal on because I wanted him, when he had more time, to come back and journal them. But this was, again, the page map, and this was how we changed it a little bit to fit a bigger photo and that kind of stuff. So instead of a picture being here, you know, we switched those around because I like this down here better. And then, and that gave our red in 3 spots. Didn't really talk about color theory, but I could if I wanted to. But that gave us, you know, it made us move around the page with having the red in different places. But yeah, surely if he wants to journal himself, I'll let him journal himself. If not, I'll journal this page because I like that page. But he may do his own layout and journal his own page. And then here is the other one, like this. And just as I ended, just as I started the other page, I found this. So I'd probably do, you know, figure out a way to fit that in on the page to kind of mimic what's going on down that side. So, but yeah, Will used to have his own scrapbook that he started when he was about Sam's age, maybe younger even. And he hasn't really kept up with it very much growing older. And I recently did some scrapbooking for my boss of her son getting ready to cross over. And I did it all digitally. And he kind of took an interest in that. And so his actual scrapbook may become a digital one. And in that case, he may do his own take on that picture, and this one just go in my scrapbook and go on. So, but I'm not one of those people that scrapbooks, you know, a book for one kid and a book for another kid and a book for me. I have friends who spend a lot of time doing that, and I don't have the money or the supplies to do that. So, you know, if Will wants his own book, he can journal his own book. So, but that's where we are. So, does anybody have any questions? I really like how these turned out. And using pagemaps are really super easy, super fun. It's my boy. It's my girl. Okay. So if nobody has questions... Now this is my dining room. I don't get to have a craft room. I get to have a dining room, and there's a lot of craft stuff in the dining room. So, that's how we live here, unfortunately. I've got to clean off my table. My table is a mess. But that's all my things to do this weekend is clean off the table. Things I want to remind you of is, let's see, if my mouse would work. Hang on. Mouse is not working. There we go. Here we go. Is Leslie Ray's Crafty Gig is the second and fourth Friday of the month at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Leslie Ray's Scrappy Gig is the third Friday of the month, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Crafty Gig channel. All of the supplies, except for the one ruler I was using, but Mom carries the Tim Holtz ruler instead, which is what I normally would use, but I, for whatever reason, just grabbed this one. All of my supplies are available through cutandpastememories.com, and she will take special orders for anything you can think of that she can get from her people. Don't forget, our Scrappy Challenge is starting, and that will be on with all the stuff for today. And what I'll do is I'll put a linky love kind of thing where you can add your link and put a link to your scrapbook page. If you don't have a blog to do this with, if you will either email it to me or post it on Leslie Ray's fan page, then we can put it in there. And I think what we'll do is maybe do a drawing to Mommy's store. Just do a random.org drawing, and the person who wins the random.org drawing from those entries will do a gift certificate to the store. If nobody has any other questions, I will close for tonight. Thank you so much for coming. I had a great time, and I almost have 2 done. I will get those journaled and get them in a book. And have a lovely, lovely week. And I will see you next week for Leslie Ray's Crafty Gig, and next month again for the Crafty Gig and for the Scrappy Gig as well. Thank you.